Jacob, how did you find the stream? I'm one of those streamers who does not look at the viewer numbers, or I try not to look at the how many people are viewing, because if it's a big number, I could get scared. If it's a small number, I could get uh, disappointed. That's not a bigger number. So if you're there or if you're not, I do not know. But thank you for the follow. Or maybe you're typing. Maybe you're in the middle of typing. Let's work on this ear. Use a brush. So I was at a funeral on Saturday, and you might say, "Oh no, very sorry for your loss," which it was very sad, very bittersweet, because she was 81, which is not extremely old. She was fighting cancer, but if you know who she was and the life that she lived, and how fully that she lived her life, you would realize that, and she was a woman of God, that we're going to see her again. I told the pastor who presided over the funeral that I usually do not like funerals. I usually do not seek out a funeral. I mean, who does? But this is one of the best funerals, less planned funerals that I've ever been to. She was very active in the music ministry. She used to be a music teacher. So, of course, when you have a music teacher in your presence in your congregation, uh, one was tend to expect that music teacher would teach the church how to sing. So I first met her when she was uh, attending the same church I was attending at the time. And so so after that, she had started attending a different church, and that's where the funeral had been going on. Had been what's the word I'm looking for? Uh, you don't put on if what do you preside over it? You plan it, wedding planner. Anyway, where the funeral was, the location of the funeral was at a different church than the church that I met her. So she had commanded the song leader, the music ministry leader, to sing a song that we only sing in that church. So everybody who had ever sung the song, who had ever been a member of that church, had their shoulder tapped, and they were asked to come up on stage to sing the song. And the number of people that sang it was a very large number compared to, sad to say, how many people attend that church now. It was a much greater number, greater multitude than the people who currently attend that small church. So if you're asking why I'm leaving my church, you could ask me, why are so few people still at that church? That's all I have to say about that. That's all I have to say about that. And I thought I was going to be very uncomfortable at a gathering with so many people from my former church asking me questions like, why did you leave? Why did you? There was not much of that. There was one person who asked at the very end, as I was leaving, but there was not much awkwardness, as much awkwardness as one would think under that circumstance, under that situation. So what I'm doing now is called spotting blacks. I don't know why they call it that, because the spotting of the black is already there. You know, the line is already black. The blue, it should be called spotting blues, really. Spotting meaning you have to find where the blacks are supposed to be and darken them in. Some of you might just call this tracing. No, don't be silly. It's not called tracing, it's called spotting blacks. Similar to train spotting. Pardon me. That's another thing I could talk about is I've got some cold symptoms. I have a sore throat. I have some phlegm going through my nose and my mouth. Uh-oh, I just heard my wife cough upstairs. Nothing to see here. Nothing to be concerned about. I'm sure it's nothing. She is going to be going to a wedding this weekend. So, yeah. She is hoping not to become sick. So you think December is packed, action-packed, with things to do? No, November. November gives December a run for its money because our family has a wedding and the kids are home from school for a whole week. A whole week for Thanksgiving? Why? What? Because our school district wants to have so much time off on November that they're going to make the parents call off from work as well. No biggie. You've got time off. Just use it. Use your time off. Parents, you know what I should do? I should get one of those teachers to be a babysitter.